Good evening, guys. Yes, it's me, Mr. B, and I'm on the Juma. It's 8:30. Yeah, you haven't got the wrong time. It's me doing another stint for you guys. Guys, today we had some good news. Double good news, to be fair. We've got Martial back, thank God, and we've got Shaw signing a 4-year extension. So yeah, it's good. It's good news. It's good news Friday. Look, some of you might be moaning about Shaw getting in the extension. Some of you might be pissed off that Martial's back, but this is what you're here for, guys. This is the Man United agenda. Monday, how you doing, man? This Friday.
Yes, Friday. Good to be here. You're doing a double shift today. I'm sure you're coming on at 10 o'clock as well, aren't you?
Yeah,
the hardest working man in show business is Mr. B right now. Yeah, you put in a good shift this week, Mr. B. And obviously, yeah, 10 o'clock tonight, you're going again. I like the title for tonight's show, but I'm happy to be here because we've been discussing Martial, a player that I know that you love. And I have a love affair with it. Like we have rocky romance, me and Martial. There's times I really like him. There's times I really think he's a poker faced, lacking emotion, that kind of thing. But I don't know him personally. But that's how he comes across sometimes. But the one thing I can't deny is that he's a talented boy. Ain't that right?
Oh, yes, indeed. I think we've missed him, to be fair. I really, really do think we've missed him. I just look, it's what happens in it. It's what you do. It's what you do. It's what you notice. It's what you realize when he's not playing. And I think we've missed him so much, man. I think we've missed him so much. I mean, look, I've just got a couple of his stats up here. He hasn't played. Yeah, he hasn't played much. To be fair, but it is what it is. But if you just look at his record, 9 Premier League games, he scored 3 goals and 2 assists. EFL Cup, 3 games, 2 goals, and Europa League, 1 game and 1 goal. So when he is on the pitch, he is really, really contributing to what we're doing. But he just hasn't been able to get on the pitch enough. Do you think Ten Hag's held him back injury-wise? He's held him back to kind of to make sure he's 150% ready and rearing to go.
Well, the thing is, Mr. B, just going back to these stats, look at the Premier League stats there you had there.
Yeah.
The 9 games and 3 goals. 2 of those goals, didn't they come on when he came on against Man City? He scored a brace, I think, real quick double.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so the goal ratio has never been great for him, but he contributes more to the team than that. We look at Weghorst, his stats, his numbers. It's quite a similar number for the position that these guys play and what they're asked to do. I heard the manager say in the press conference today, Weghorst makes the team play better. And I'm sure the same applies to Martial with what he contributes to the team. Similar kind of job, but it's not about scoring goals. It's about bringing people into play, that kind of thing. So I like Martial. I did have few concerns about whether he could play centrally a few years ago. He has been doing it for a couple of years now, and I think he's doing okay. He's doing a good job. He even gets called up for France to play there. But it's great to have him back. I mean, what's it taught Mr. B? 2 weeks now he's been on the training field. So your question asking about whether the manager's sort of wrapping up in cotton wool and not rushing him back, I think that speaks volumes. He's been back for 2 weeks training, and now he's only now qualifying for the squad.
Yeah, to be fair. Well, look, let's hope that he doesn't have a little lip issue. Can you go for a couple of these messages on Monday before?
Yeah, man. I want to say big up to Ed Mayhem. He said big up to Man United Agenda. See you on both shows. Wicked. You're doubling up. You're doing a double shift as well, like Mr. B. You see you at 10 o'clock. Rebel saying big up to the show and gents, guys. Don't forget about the mugs. We're going to talk about the mugs in a minute. Martinez mug versus the Juma mug, which is a Maguire mug in the merch stores. I don't know if you guys have seen, but we're pumping it out there right now. And we will be in a minute too. Look at this, the merch store, it says here. If you look at the link there, go and click on that link. We're going to leave this up for a long time now, so you can check it out. Go and check it out. I was just in there prior to the show ordering my next mug. And you won't believe who I've been picking out for my next mug. And I'm going to get a few coasters as well. But good evening to Ed Mayhem. He's saying, Columns in the house saying, Mr. Big Up Gentleman, Martial back would boost our attack if he stays fit. That's the big question, isn't it? Vincent Bullock's in the house as well. Rebels in the house. I want to say hi to Glenn. Obviously, Glenn is doing the merch. He's saying Martial will knee on the pitch for 5 minutes and will be out for the rest of the season. And Ed Mayhem saying, Mr. B, I think Ten Hag knows, and I do think myself personally, Martial may be one on the list to go in the summer. There you go.
Don't say that. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Although I do think he might be on the list as well, to be fair. If he stays fit from now till the end of the season and has a big contribution, I'm sure he'll be there next season. But nobody's gonna buy him. He's on too much money anyway, so he may as well stay and score the goals and see if he can earn a new contract like a certain player that we'll talk about in a little bit, to be fair. But look, Martial over Weghorst, it's a no-brainer, right?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Are you asking me? Look, I think Weghorst has done well. And like you say, you showed the stats. This is the thing. If we're talking stats, I like to do the eye test and a bit of stats. So if we're talking stats, they got a similar goal record. Weghorst has scored a couple of goals. So has Martial in the time that he's played. But Martial's missed 27 games this season. My thing is, we got shape, we got system.
He's missed how much?
27 games this season. Martial has. So we got shape, we got system. They're both playing at number 9, the central role. They both got good touch. They can hold the ball pretty well, bring others into play. Martial's obviously a bit sharper, a bit quicker on the turn, but whereas Weghorst is probably can hold up the ball better with his height and flick-ons and that kind of thing. So they both offer different things for the role that's presented to them. I think they both can be equally as good as each other and contribute to the team. And it's great to have 2 strikers back again, 2 guys that can fill this role, because Weghorst has been the only guy really can kind of play essentially, unless you're putting Rashford there halfway through the game. So I'm delighted to have Martial back for a bit of competition. And now we can rotate. We can have 5 subs. We could play Weghorst for a bit and bring Martial on, see how he gets on in that role. I think we're going to miss him. And when people say, oh, Martial's got to be sold at the end of the season, Martial is maybe not to play, he gets injured all the time. Let's see what we've been missing. This is what I'm saying. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Let's see what we've been missing. If he gets a little run out, if he does a little something, as Mr. B like say, little you'll be doing the watch log, so you'll be able to drop that. If he does a little something like that, we'll all be like, oh, here we go again. Martial, we've missed him, and Weghorst is SHIT. That's how fans are. That's what we talk about. But I think it's great to have 2 strikers back, and I think Martial is a talented guy, and I think he can contribute to the end of the season, because it's really important now. Because Mr. B, guys, in the comments yesterday, if you check out the show, and big up to Casper, by the way. How you doing, Casper? My favourite referee. Big up to Casper there. Good evening, Casper. Give a wave. So, yeah, like I'm saying, Mr. B yesterday had doubts. He felt that we couldn't win against Newcastle. He actually picked against us. But now that Martial's back, I wonder if he's singing for the same hymn book. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't play in central midfield, bro. He doesn't play The outside's nice, man. But it's got that little soft belly, man, and I'm not feeling the soft belly at all, boy.
So, yeah, overall, I think they're different players. I think they both contribute something, but let's not discredit either one of these guys, because we need them to the end of the season. Let's put some positive energy into both of them, the positive stuff that they do, and let's hope they can have a clean run all the way through to the end of the season. We could be needing one of these guys to come off the bench and score a goal or do something different for us, because it's hard. As a defender, you come up against Martial, you've got a task in hand, right? What does Martial do well? I've got to go with him. I've got to stop him from turning and driving at me or whatever. Same applies with Weghorst. I've got a different proposition. I can't even see anything. This guy is like a shadow in front of me. I can't see where the ball is. He's holding him up. He's elbowing me. There's a different proposition. So I think that it's great to have a combination of 2 different players playing in the same role and distributing and contributing towards the team, which we need. Because top 4, guys, this game is huge this weekend. Top 4 is massive. And we need to sort of step up, because Mr. B's doubting us at the moment.
I'm sure I'm not. Listen, look, guys, there's a few of us in the chat. Am I the only one doubting that we're going to get the result tomorrow? It's a simple yes or no. That's all. I just want to know. Yeah, Monday, do you want to go for a couple of these messages before we jump on?
Yeah, so Colin, this is an important one. He's saying the difference with Martial looks like he's going to score when he plays. So that's a diss towards Weghorst, but it does contribute towards the side. Glenn is saying here, just to point out, the merch store is only for UK at the moment. We're expanding worldwide shortly. We're taking over the world, aren't we, Glenn? Yeah, but I know someone from India and USA who's coming on later. That's Jeff was trying to purchase one and they couldn't get through. So just for the UK, exclusive to us at the moment, guys. Obviously, Andy Herbert's saying, would you be better off playing Weghorst behind the striker?
No. I'm not having that.
No.
I'm not having that.
I want to say big up to Casper. Casper's part of the show. He's been on the show many times. Hopefully we'll see him again soon. Vincent's saying here, yes, can be talented, but doesn't use it a lot. Talking about Martial. And walk around too much instead of running like a professional. It should, instead of walking, which is slowing the team down. Glenn finally here is saying, I think the broccoli has gone soggy with losing faith. I'm with Fred. Colin's talking about Anthony scoring. We're going to win 3-1. And he's going to score the winner, so I can break out the hair again. So that's from Colin. He's a bit under the weather at the moment. Hope you get back to him.
Get well soon, Cole. Guys, look, we did say two bits of information. Now, look, I know I know there's people who came on the channel who thought Shaw was an absolute piece of shit. Even how he's been playing this season, how he doesn't deserve a contract. Me, over the moon. I'm not sure it's coincidence that he's played. I hope he's not doing an Ozil and a Aubameyang, who may well or may well not feature in the show later. To be fair, I'm really worried. I'm really hoping that it's not a play to impress. I'm hoping it's the fact that he's got a rival in Malacia who he sees that he needs to step up his game, who he won't be playing, because Tellez, let's be fair, Tellez was no threat to him at all. He probably saw Tellez in training for I can only train half speed. I don't have to do much on the pitch. But when he comes on now, he's making a difference. When he starts, he's making a difference. I mean, we've got him playing the inverted central midfielder, for God's sake. And he's actually starting at left-footed centre-back. So he's shown his versatility, which Jose probably didn't feel that he had. One of the quotes, him saying it was his body but my brain, played when he was playing him on the pitch, one of the games he played. So I'm delighted, to be fair. I'm delighted that he's signed his new contract. I mean, I know you're a defender by trade and defender by heart. Sure impressed you this season on Monday?
He's impressed me for a long time now. Let's not forget that a couple of years ago he scored the goal in the European Championships at Wembley, a really good goal. He's really stepped it up. He's 27 years old, and I like to see players like match their potential in football. There's so many players out there that really fail to sort of deliver and get the best out of themselves. He's been at Man United a long time. People say he has been challenged. People call him like overweight and not being pushed. But remember, he had a bad leg break for one period of time, and he's come back from that. There's a lot of mental scars from that with Mourinho, like you were saying there before. But I think he's stepped up over the last few years, proved to be England's number one left back. I was judging it the other day, saying what other left backs in world football are as good as him, if not better than him? And I can't think of many. So I have to give him credit. What he does really well for me, which I love about him, is his touch is brilliant. You can ping the ball to him. His first touch will take it out of his feet and he can start driving forwards. People say he's fat, he's round like Sammy Lee, bounces on the ground, but he gets up and down the pitch. That's what's really important. I think also the question mark comes with his defending. Obviously, he was part of the 5-0 at Old Trafford last year. Running into Harry Maguire, all that kind of thing. There was a lot of question marks about his defending. I even questioned him because I felt his spacing was too far away from his centre back, for example, leaving huge gaps, getting the wrong side of people. But I think, like, if you look at a game against Arsenal this season, which we lost at the Emirates, he was up against Saka, who's people say he's the wonder boy now, and he's one of the best right wingers in world football. But he was up against Saka, and I thought he stood him up really well, and I thought he defended really well. That ticked my box for me to say he's ticking the box now where he can defend one-on-one situations pretty good. It's not about diving in with tackles. He stood him up, and it's only when he took on Eriksen that he scored his goal. So I'm impressed by that. I think a 4-year contract's good. He's 27 years old. It will take him into the next stage of his career, which is a bumper contract at Man United, and he can demonstrate just how good he is and take it on to the next level. So I'm really pleased about that. And I'm a Shaw fan, and I know there's a lot of debate about whether he's good enough for that kind of thing. I know Paddy Silk, for example, who goes to games, he's got it in for sure. Doesn't rate him at all. But I think he's the best in the league, one of the best in the league. One of the top 5 left backs for me in the league, quite easily. So where else are the other left backs? What were we expecting Dennis Irwin to come out of retirement, or or Patrice Evra? These guys are not around. You can find another left back better than him, bring him in and make him fight for his place. But for me, Shaw deserves this contract based on the form over the last couple of years and the character he's shown under Ten Hag to really demonstrate that he's a good player, and we need him. Like you said, the versatility, playing at centre back with that left foot and being comfortable as well. That's a bonus, and he ticks my boxes every time. So well done to Luke Shaw.
Could you just go through a couple of these messages and just a special shout out to Zoe? Evening. Yeah, where are we going?
So Glenn obviously saying here, I think Shaw is the best left back in the country. We'll say hi to Zoe Media House. Go and check out her channel, House Music at its best. And Colin saying here, as a goalkeeper myself, I'd feel more comfortable with a player like Shaw sat in my defence. So he's rating him as well. Here we go. Vincent saying the extension is an absolute joke. I'm a laughing stock because he only just signed a new contract a couple of months ago. That was an extension he signed. Now it's going to be a 4-year contract, I believe, Vincent. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me know what you think about that. Mr. B, come on, talk to me about Luke Shaw. Do you really think people should be kicking up a fuss about him signing an extension? I mean,
no, I don't. Monday, I don't. I'll be honest, I don't. I think he's been impressive this season, although all the players under Ten Hag have been impressive. But I just think he's shown a very, very high level. I mean, yeah, we went on the Roberto Carlos bandwagon, and he was this and he was that. Yeah, but we were gassed. We were excited. We were in the doldrums, man. It was nice to have somebody that we could fall in love with again, because we hated a lot of that team. But to be fair, I think he more deserves the Roberto Carlos tag now. You talk his delivery. Rashford, he's delivered a couple in. One of them I remember was one of the headers that Rashford jumped in. His delivery's been spot on. He's been getting up and down the pitch. You don't really see players outpacing me. I always think he's probably not. I think he's deceptively quicker than he looks, because you don't see players roast him. To be fair, you don't. You expect maybe or a Saka or I looking at him physically. I think I've probably got the wrong impressions of him pace-wise. I know everything's not about pace, and a lot of it's down to do with positioning, blah blah blah. But in a foot race, you don't see him get done.
Yeah. So
I'm so happy. I mean, this is it. He's the first of what could be 3 or 4. To be fair, because we've got Dalot. The situation with Dalot. Okay. I mean, is he going to keep Dalot? Does he want to extend Dalot? Is he then going to sell Wan-Bissaka? Has Wan-Bissaka upped his value? Is he looking at somebody else? There's so much other things going on at the moment. Obviously, the big one is Rashford. We want Rashford to sign the contract, you know what I mean? And then obviously De Gea. So there's 4 at the moment just simmering and bubbling under, I mean, what's really interesting is this is the one, obviously, this could change my mind with the score prediction. Videos and picture footage of Sabitzer taking part in full trading now. This brought a little flutter to my heart.
Yeah.
This could be me changing my whole score prediction, to be fair, and starting the stream with a smile on my face and expecting us to be, I'm absolutely delighted he's back. I hope he doesn't go with the whole Fred McTominay conundrum now, and he sees that he does have another option. But Ten Hag doesn't get it wrong very often. Sabitzer, I know you like a bit of Sabitzer. Talk to me, man.
Yeah,
glad he's back.
Yeah, it's great to hear that he could be back, because obviously we're a bit concerned about what happened in international duty under Ralf Rangnick, the Austrian manager. Yeah, it's good to see that he's back, taking part in full training. Obviously, the game's on Sunday, so if he's training today, he's still got another day to sort of prove his fitness, and it'd be great to have him in the selection, maybe even starting. I would personally start him, but obviously we don't know what's happening, how fit he really is, and I think he's going to be fit. It's just a case of just proving it through the next couple of days, Sabitzer's a very good player, he's combative. That's the good thing about him. I think playing against Newcastle, you need to have that bit of physical, bit of
Yeah,
strength, bit
and
of run power.
they've got Gimmers. I mean, they've got their first choice midfield playing.
Mm.
Obviously, in the final they did have one or two players missing, i.e. Pope, but I think he's their engine at the moment. Like Casemiro's the Man United engine. I
Yeah.
think he's their engine, so he's gonna need to be marshaled really, really well.
Well, I think the concern is if you play Fred and McTominay as a unit, and we know we've had this for so long, they even got their own name, haven't they? On this show, it's McFuckeries, but we also known as McFred. But I think there's strengths and weaknesses to that. But I think you have a bit more compactness or a bit more power when you got Sabitzer and McTominay. That to me would be the combination to play in this game. Not saying every week, but in this game, I would be much more confident with Sabitzer in the side, with McTominay, just to be up against these physical players. And Sabitzer sort of can do the Ericsson role where I think I trust him more on the ball than I do with Fred, especially when we're under pressure against Newcastle, like Newcastle, who have been very good this season. And there's a lot of talk about the manager saying they time waste and all that kind of thing, which is
Did he kind of?
yeah, the boss. He said that a few times now, and it's wound up the Newcastle fans. They don't like that, and they're big hard on that. I like the mind games from our manager, so put it out there. And maybe it's mind games as well about Martial. Maybe he's fitter than we know he is. Maybe Sabitzer's fitter than we know he is. Because don't forget, guys, this is a massive game. So we need our best players available to us for this one. And Sabitzer coming back, that just boosts me up on this Friday night.
I mean, they beat us; they go above us on goal difference. So I think it really, really is important. And obviously, with the Man City Liverpool game going on at 12:30 as well Saturday,
Wow.
we need a big performance, man. We need a big performance. I mean, look, we've had a couple of players rested, so hopefully, it does help us. To be fair,
do we know about this? Because across the pond, how you doing, man? He's saying Ericsson training. He's asking the question. What do we know about Ericsson?
back in 2 weeks, he's back just before the Everton game. He's due to be named in the squad in the Everton game. If there's no setbacks, everything goes to plan, then we have him in the squad for Everton.
I miss that guy. Such a class, beautiful player, dictates our play. I think we really, when we go back and look at some of the games where he was playing, it was a beautiful thing. So we had a lot of ball retention, a lot of lovely moves, especially the Arsenal game. That was a beautiful game. On the flip side, obviously, maybe the physical side of things, I've seen him get roughed up. I've saw the guy, Salcedo from Brighton, when we played them early in the season, put it on Ericsson, and Ericsson got munched when we were trying to play the ball out. But on the ball, those are such positive things, and we've missed that. It's so valuable to our side and the way we play.
I mean, look, if you know what, Monday.
Yes. Say hello to Mr. Bean on Monday. Moss, we love and respect you, bro. I hope you're doing well. And Hudson is currently playing in our under-21s. Big up Hudson. He is a great ball player. Yeah, just to add
to Eric, ball player. Yeah, I think it's left my mind. Oh, sorry. You see how Arsenal were talking about Jesus and them missing Jesus and blah blah blah. Ericsson was probably one of our better players, and he left. If you look at what he's had to juggle with in regards to that creative spot, what he uniquely, he's a very unique player for our team.
Yeah.
And for us not to have that, I mean, we've done really well, but we just need to win tomorrow. I just want them to surprise me tomorrow. And then I'll have my whole countdown to the end of the season speech ready to roll. But the nerves still haven't left it. Until I see that team sheet, I think there's going to be an issue with that centre midfield.
Well, certainly. Like I say, game after game this month, April 2023 will be remembered as make or break. And let's see how many points we can pick up. We've got Everton, Newcastle. Can't remember. I think we've got to play Chelsea at some point. So there's a lot of games in a lot of short space of time. So make sure you tune in, guys, to Man United Agenda. And make sure while you're tuning in and watching the watch along, make sure you drink your tea, boil a kettle at halftime, and drink your tea out of one of these mugs. And I'm going to show you my mug. Before I show you the mug, let's just have a look at the merch store. There's the website. That's the address. that you can get your mugs, your coasters, your pens from our very own Glenn. Tune in, go and tune in, type in your details, and it's really cheap as well. I was just looking earlier. You can get a mug for £12, really cheap. You can give them as gifts as well. If you want to send them as gifts, here's my mug. As you all know, I know someone's laughing in the comments about how do you fit his head onto the mug. If you look at that, that's a mug, and his head looks as big as my head right now. That's how big his head is, you know. Look at the scale here. It's not even that much different. So take that, yeah, you see. So this is a big mug. So here's a tip, guys: get the Harry Maguire mug, and you get more value. You get a bigger size. You have more tea in your mug. Is that right, Mr. B?
Oh, and then you're an absolute arse. I swear. guys, this was a short one. It's Friday. Look, we are here again later. We are here again on Sunday. And unless something massively breaks tomorrow, we are actually going to have a day off tomorrow. I've got football on Monday. I know on Monday's got some sort of football going on tomorrow. So we are actually going to take a break. I said, unless some new breaking news starts, and if it is, then more likely it's going to be Rebel, because everybody knows he's the financial guy. I sit down there looking puzzled. A lot of it goes over my head, but look, it is what it is, guys. And I say every week, you know what it is. You don't have to be here.
10 p.m.
There you go. Oh yeah, so I'm supposed to plug my 10 p.m. All right, look, guys, 10 p.m. show. Worst Premier League signings of the season. January, summer and January. We're gonna try and build an 11. There's 6 of us on, so it should be quite a lively discussion. We don't have a Tottenham fan on. Oh, and you know what? We might choose a manager. Maybe we'll choose a manager at the end of it to run this crap team as well.
I'm tuning in. I've got to see this. So it's set against the worst Premiership signings
of this season. And we're gonna build a team of that. Goalie, right? But we haven't even discussed formation. We'll do that before, but I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a 4-3-3. Okay. But yeah, look, we'll work it out. But guys, tune in, get some names down.
That man's gonna be on Tottenham player, yeah. We know who you are. Anyway, yeah, looking forward to that 10 p.m. No doubt.
Guys, I said, look, we are out. We'll see you all at 10. Guys, take a break, take it easy. We were the Man United agenda. Bye.